The first video on the Jazzy Nation for 2022. I think I'm ready. Are you?
Hi, my name is Jasmine. My husband Gozier and I are expats who have lived in India, Morocco, and now Ecuador. I love traveling, and when I can, I love trying new foods too. And today we are discussing new habits I'm starting as an expat living in Ecuador for 2022.
I have yet to really solidify goals for the year because I'm just not in that mindset. But I have thought of some habits that I have been implementing and that I want to continue to implement while I'm living here in Ecuador, especially being a new expat here in Ecuador. The habits I'm going to share in today's video have actually been life-changing for me ever since moving to Ecuador. And because we're in a new year, I want to make sure that I solidify these habits into actionable and smart goals so that I can make sure that I am making the best of these habits moving forward, and also share them with you all if you need some ideas of some really amazing habits to add to your habit repertoire moving forward. Something that I realize I have been doing over the last couple of years is engaging in the hustle culture. Y'all, I have been working my butt off. I feel like for the past, I don't even know however long I've been working. Since I got out of college, I have been working a full-time job, sometimes part-time, but mostly full-time, as well as doing YouTube and trying to get my numbers up and trying to make money and trying to, all the things that we do as millennials. And I feel like ever since moving to Ecuador, my life has slowed down a lot, and I don't know if that's necessarily more cultural or if it's more of my mindset, but the people that I'm around as well, including my husband, we're just not as influenced as we have been, especially being in the States. I feel like living in the States, especially living in Washington, D.C., there's so much pressure. There's so much pressure. If you don't have a job, you need to get a job. If you do have a job, you need to be better at your job. If you are also working, then you need to have some sort of side hustle. And if you are not making X amount of money with your side hustle, then you're not really doing as well as you should be doing according to societal standards. I feel like those pressures occur obviously because we have the internet and seeing all the things that everybody else is doing, including creating goals and implementing these new crazy habits that make you feel inadequate if you're not on that level. Working is good, but something that I realize just with some of the few people that I've met here is people value their life and their time and their family, and I'm realizing those things are important to me too. And so working a set amount of hours and then being done is actually really important. And even with entrepreneurial people that I met, which we'll talk about in the next video, those folks are definitely very much balanced, I would say. Even in making the amounts of money and the amount of products and different things that they're making, they're also taking time to spend with their families, so they're not hustling. And it makes me feel so good. I feel like I can still succeed without being crazy, tired, and implementing those rest periods as well. Okay, so speaking about the people here in Ecuador, what I'm realizing is I am more open to hanging out with people, and people are definitely more interested in hanging out with me. I say definitely a lot, struggle with making friends while abroad, but it is possible. And if you want a video on how I do that, let me know. But I feel like because of the receptiveness of people here, and it again could be cultural, I realized that meeting new people is a lot easier and getting together with people is a lot easier as well. And it could be also Ecuador as a whole, its proximity to different things. The roads are pretty developed here, actually very developed here. And so getting around is very easy, and taking Ubers and taxis is very, very, very easy. The roads just make it so easy to access the movie theaters, and I think there's a bowling alley here, and just getting to and from different spaces and people's houses and people also coming to us. It is definitely a lot easier, and people are just so nice here. So one of the habits that I definitely am looking to implement more is spending more time with people when it's safe and when I'm able to do so, and just making that effort, because as an introvert, I really could just stay in the house. but I actually want to meet new people and continue to build on the relationships of the people that I've met so far. And along the lines of spending more time with people, I am really trying to spend more time with my family. As you all know, I'm pregnant, which is why I feel like this top is not doing me justice. It is just but in that, I definitely have plans to obviously spend more time with my future baby, but now spending more time with my husband, who deserves the time, and I deserve the time as well. But going back to that hustle and work culture and having to like work all day. Literally, I used to work from like 8 in the morning to maybe like 10, 11, even like later in the evening, because I was just trying to make it. I was trying to figure out the secret sauce to being where everybody else is in society. And now I'm just like, I just want to spend time with my husband. I just want to call my mom and my dad and just spend time with them, and then hang out with my brothers and my cousins and really just like spend time with them, even if it is on the phone or over FaceTime. I just really value people's time, and knowing how short life is, I just need the working boundaries of not being tied to the internet and to work all day long. Those are just not my priorities right now, and family is definitely a priority for me, and I'm just so happy because this shift, this mindset shift, has definitely changed my life and has made me a happier, more well-rounded person. But we're still working, we're still getting the paycheck, we're still getting the money, but we have to just have the balance or seasonal shift, I guess I could say. Okay, so there are a lot of factors that are going to go into this next habit, and that is intentional breaks and intentional rest. So you could tell the theme of this video is not trying to be too extra and do too much. And it might be because I'm pregnant. Honestly, let's just throw that out there. I'm pregnant and I love naps and I enjoy resting when I can. So scheduling breaks into my regular workday is really important, and being intentional with actually taking those breaks is important to me, because I'm realizing I can't function if I'm not taking care of myself. Learning from being here in Ecuador, especially because the altitude requires you to rest, you need to make sure you're eating healthfully as best as you can and drinking water. So all of those things and more really promote this lifestyle that includes resting and includes taking care of yourself. I do feel like here people are definitely more health conscious for the most part, and I like that because I'm pretty health conscious myself. And so the reminders of Ecuador and just the atmosphere really help me stay focused and be really intentional with resting and taking breaks. The last habit I'm going to talk about is being active, being outside. And this is something that we always talk about. I think it's the new year, everybody wants to be healthier and lose weight and all of those things. I'm not necessarily looking to lose weight. I actually need to like keep it on for the baby, but I am looking to implement health in different ways, and the habits of being outside more and making sure that I'm exercising and practicing mindfulness and all that stuff is really important to me this year. And it's really easy being here in Ecuador. I am not going to toot my own horn. Being here in Ecuador, the weather for the most part is really, really nice, except for when it's raining all the time. It actually rains a lot. But this past couple of weeks, the weather has been nice. So there's been no excuse not to get outside, not to go for a walk. And I don't do that enough. And I definitely want to implement that habit even more, because unless it's raining, there really is no excuse to take in this beautiful scenery here in Ecuador. And I think that is what's pretty cool about being an expat and living abroad. For a certain amount of time, you have a different atmosphere, a different climate where you're living. And I know that the United States is battling with severe weather, and y'all, I pray for you all out there. Just please stay safe. But when you move abroad, you do have the shift of climate and weather, and I really appreciate it. Like, I literally have the best view outside of this window right now, and it's amazing. I hope you'll enjoyed those habits. And if you have any new habits that you're implementing in your life for 2022, please leave them down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear them, and I'd love to compare and contrast to see how we are all kind of thinking about life in this new year, whether you're in the United States or you are in another country like Ecuador or any other place around the world. Let me know. I'm just really upset. I just have yet to figure out my wardrobe situation. Being pregnant is its own beast overseas, and yeah, I need to do a video all on that because just really trying to figure out life. My first video in 2022.